Welcome along to the Irish NFL show. I'm delighted to be joined this morning by Charlie Boots, host of Staycation Sports and director of brand for NFL Alumni. Charlie, nice to have you on.
Proud to be here. Proud to see you guys here. This is a beautiful setup.
Yeah, we've got our green. We're really we're really pushing the brand here, pushing the old Irish stereotypes here for the week. But it has been commented on a few times during the week that there's been a bit of attraction to the Emerald Isle. So it's nice to stand out.
It's
so
gorgeous.
Tell us, Charlie. Staycation Sports. I looked at your Insta page there early on. Sports, travel, luxury. They're the three words, and I don't think anyone object to any of those three words. So tell me a little bit about Staycation Sports.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this year we got to see, right? The NFL is starting to go global. We got to see the games in Ireland this year. Next year, they're hitting Australia, Germany. So it's becoming a thing where if you want to go see sports, it is a vacation. People are using these to make it a grand trip. So what we do, we show people how to do it in grand style. And soon enough, we'll be over on the Emerald Isle.
So sports, travel, luxury. We've got our travel partner here, David Hayes. He's with a company called Dunes and Drams. So they specialize in Ireland, links, golf, and whiskey. So how does that tie into sports, luxury, and travel?
You know, that's a face I think I've seen at the PGA show before. But I'll tell you, I'm sorry, what was the question?
That was it. Just, it's links, golf, sports, travel, we've got to see I suppose the worlds of, as you said, travel,
yes,
and sports. We've got to see the two worlds collide, especially, we were involved, when the Steelers came to Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
We did a show in association with a travel company there in Dublin this year. And obviously, I mean, it's, sports and travel, it's a marriage made in heaven.
Yeah.
So how exactly do you piece those together, on Staycation Sports?
Well, we show the people the most lavish places they could stay, and we show them what they got to get into because we're sporting men ourselves, right? You go to a town, if you love sports, the odds are you got some roots in sports and you want to get into things. So whether it's the golf, the links courses out in Ireland, you could go out there. I know a lot of people here in the States, they'll save their whole life to go do a dream trip over to Ireland, and they want to go to every county and golf the best courses, and they make it a thing. And so you look at people work hard in this life, and they want to spend it with their family. They want to have fun. And if you love sports, that's usually what you're blowing your money on.
So Staycation Sports, if you're thinking about branching out internationally, you're going to have to change the name to Vacation Sports or, Staycation, I presume it suggests staying here in the US. So give me your top 5 or top 2 sports destinations here in the US. If you were going to sell anything to us right now, where would you
right here in the United States?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I would check out the Bay Area where we are here because you got a lot of diversity. You got Napa wine country, you got the city here, San Francisco, and then if you cruise down, you got Santa Cruz. You could go surfing, do all that on the coast. I would definitely say go to New Jersey. You got a lot of relatives over there, I bet, on the East Coast.
Yeah, we've got a good connection. A few Giants fans amongst us as well on the show.
Go. See, I grew up in New Jersey myself, so that's where I would go for the food and the action. And then I would check out, I think, a state like Florida. So much different stuff to get into. What I was amazed this year, we filmed on southeast side of Florida. Then we went, the next episode was the southwest side, different planets. And it's like you're driving an hour away, which you guys probably see. I'm sure every county has its own personality,
Absolutely.
even within it. And it's just so cool to explore that and see what the energy the people's like in the town and the different sports cultures.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough. Look, this is, I think, my 4th trip to the States. And what I'd say to people at home is every trip to the States, wherever you go, it's a different holiday. It's a different type of vacation. So
Absolutely.
Whether you're East Coast, West Coast, state to state, city to city, town to town, even I'm sure if you went back to New York 5 times, you'd have 5 different holidays. So in terms of internationally, what's on your wish list? If you could go anywhere in the world for any sports, I suppose, sports event that you haven't been to so far.
Anywhere in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I would look right here and see what that football says. I've always wanted to go to Ireland.
Correct. That's the correct answer.
Everybody thinks, it's so funny because I grew up in Jersey. Everybody that meets me thinks I'm Italian. And I say, I happen to be Irish.
Go away.
And my family's from County Mayo. And so I'd love to ask you, what would I experience if I went to County Mayo? And then for a sports fan visiting Ireland, where are the must hits?
Absolutely. Well, County Mayo is on the west coast of Ireland. So, anywhere from top to bottom, we've got it's a stretch of roadway. It's become very famous. It's called the Wild Atlantic Way. So it stretches from the north to south. Where I am in West Cork, it's right down south. So anywhere along that west coast, if you ever get to Ireland, drive along the Wild Atlantic Way, and you'll hit a lot of top destinations on the way down. The links golf all around Ireland is fantastic. If you come to Ireland, though, the number one rule, you've got to go to the All Ireland Hurling Championship. So we've got have you heard of our own two national sports here, Gaelic football and hurling? Yeah. So I'm a big hurling fan at home here. You got to go to Croke Park, which is the spiritual home of the GA in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay.
If you're lucky enough to get an All Ireland ticket, it's where two of the best counties in the country will compete at the end of the season. These are amateur athletes, and they'll fill a stadium of over 80,000 people. And I'll tell you, I've been to NFL events, I've been to the Premier League, I've been to a few events around the world. You're lucky enough to have been to a few NFL stadiums. There is nothing like the atmosphere in Croke Park. So if you get to Ireland, you got to hit us up, and we can make that happen. But tell us about the NFL Alumni as well, because you're the host for the NFL Alumni Lounge, director of brand for NFL Alumni. So tell us, what does that work entail?
Well, basically, we represent everybody that's played the game and then retired from the league. So a lot of it, it's cool because you kind of find out what guys are interested in. Some guys are into cars, some guys are into golf, some guys are into whatever. But we help get them there. We help, if they're doing events, get them their sponsors. We help them plan for life after their career. And, it's a really fulfilling gig. Out here, you see them all walking around. You realize the impact these guys have made in their cities. It goes for a lifetime, especially if you win one of these big games. You're a hero there for the rest of your life. So they want to set up businesses, do things like that. Now, I've heard that Cork County is known as Rebel County.
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the coolest nicknames in the world.
Yeah, that's where it's home of the Rebels. So yeah, I mentioned that All-Ireland final. We've been to the last two, my own county of Cork. And so, yeah, that's when we're going well, it's Rebels. That's what you'll hear around the stadium.
That's great.
NFL Alumni, are you allowed to name drop, who are the most kind of inspirational people that you've met along in that role?
Yeah, some of the guys that I've had the biggest kick of working with, Joe Namath, one of my favorites, Dick Butkus, rest in peace. He was such a good guy. Fred Biletnikoff of the Raiders, we get to work with all the Hall of Famers, and we do a lot of stuff. And really, it's like when you meet the man, it's like, oh, wow. When you get to see a guy and it's like, this is just a cool guy, that's a really cool thing.
That's one of the most interesting parts of just even being involved in a show like this, is when you do get to meet people that you'd consider idols. You do have those pinch me moments and say, I can't actually believe I'm talking to this guy. So
absolutely.
It's a world that we're privileged to be a small part of. So
absolutely.
What's your story now for the rest of the week? What's the plan? Are you heading to Levi on Sunday for the game, or are you around Radio Row for the week?
Yeah, we'll be at Radio Row for the week, and we'll be at Levi's this weekend for the game. Man, I think the Patriots are going to give us a big upset. That's what I think is going to happen. But I think the action's going to be crazy. All night tonight, EA Sports doing a party. All week, it's parties. It's the key here, folks, is about not being hungover come Sunday. That's the key to this week. Don't be too bleary-eyed come Sunday.
Yeah, we have absolutely no intention of being hungover. To anybody who's listening or watching, no, we're all professional all the time. So listen, guys, Staycation Sports, for anyone who hasn't heard of it, check it out. Charlie Boots, it's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy your week. It's been great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to all our friends back in Ireland, when you're in San Francisco, remember one thing. You got to be careful when you ask, where's the crack?